Welcome to Southwest Yard and Garden. I'm Curtis Smith. Today we're on the UNM campus with Brian Sir. Brian is the supervisor of arboriculture, and that's an important position here because the UNM campus is an arboretum.
Yes, we are. We're part of the National Association of Botanic Gardens and Arboreta. We're one of two here in Albuquerque. The City Botanical Park is also an arboretum. We've received that official designation. Welcome, Curtis. It's nice to see you here on the university campus.
It's good to be here, and we're proud of UNM for what it's doing. And understand that the public is invited to come see the Arboretum. You've got a website so they can take a self-guided tour and then come look at it when they come on campus.
We've got a self-guided tour on the web, and we also have hard copy of the maps that are available from facilities planning, physical plant department, and our public affairs department. We're probably the largest open space in Albuquerque, and we've got a fine collection of trees, many of which have been here for dating back now 70 and 80 years from some of the original plantings. We've got a lot of diversity, and the public is welcome. Parking is somewhat of a problem, but whenever you can come on the weekends, parking is certainly easier then.
Okay, and then in regards to this being an arboretum, proper maintenance of the trees is really important. So, and that's what we're here today to talk about, is to look at how you're caring for the trees. You've got some men in the trees right now doing some pruning.
The safety of the students and the staff and the visitors to our campus is paramount, and we also seriously view the responsibility of maintaining the health and preserving the trees. We need to take good care of trees if we want to have 100-year-old trees, and the arboriculture program takes our responsibilities seriously.
Now, I notice your workers are roped into the tree for safety, for their own safety.
Worker safety is critical. The training that they receive, both of my arborists are ISA certified arborists, and I'm also a certified arborist. My boss is also a certified arborist, and what we find is that not so much the credentials, but the knowledge that goes with it, the time that it takes to become good at what we do. When it comes to working on trees, really, I always tell people, hire the best arborist you can find.
And looking at this, seeing what they're doing, would you recommend a homeowner to do what they see your arborist doing here?
No, we do have extensive training in what we do, the tools and equipment, the safety practices, beyond the knowledge of anatomy and physiology of trees, beyond the knowledge of how trees grow and how to make a proper pruning cut. You have to know how to work safely, and you have to be able to handle the rigorous physical demands of climbing in trees and working in trees.
And so if they have to take their feet off the ground or even work overhead, they can use a pole saw, but there's hazards even with that. They can do a lot of pruning at home, but there are certain times that it takes a real professional.
I rarely recommend anybody to do any cutting above their head, and I would rarely encourage anybody, homeowner without protective equipment, to work from a ladder even. And so I think you really do need to understand that things falling from above can hurt you. The cutting tools that we use, the hand saws and chainsaws that we use in our work, are very, very sharp and very dangerous. And a lot of people get hurt every year doing things that they probably would have been better advised to hire a professional for.
I've heard of a lot of people falling off of a ladder while they were pruning a tree. They reach out just a little too far and the ladder slips. They can get hurt pretty badly from even a relatively short fall.
The training involved is really important, and knowing the physical limits, to know how far you can reach, how far you can control a piece of wood, and what's going to happen when you've cut it loose from the tree. And so really, you've hit on some important points, that worker safety, personal safety are very critical, and anytime you're working above your head, I think of things that are immediately around me as in what I would call my control zone, and those are the areas that I have the best control over. Above my head and reaching at great length in there are going to put me in an area where I may not have good physical control.
You have a lot of experience. You know where that limit is. A lot of people don't understand when they're really out of their control zone.
Grew up in a family-run tree business, so I've been doing it all my life, and as such, I'm very proud of the fact that I've never sustained a serious on-the-job injury. I've never been seriously hurt. And it's important for homeowners to understand that when you don't do it regularly, you can find yourself at risk. And of course, the other side of it is that your plants have a lot of value. Not only personal value, not only personal attachments, but also the very real dollar value that they contribute to your landscape. And just as you might not want to go out and work on your Porsche yourself or your color TV yourself, you might be better off to hire a professional when you're working off the ground, or when it's big or heavy, or when your plant material is of any particular importance to you.
Okay, and what are they doing in particular right now?
Most of what we do is removing the dead wood. One of the things that we tell people a lot is that if it's live, healthy tissue, leave it alone. But it's always a good idea to prune out dead wood. And what we've done here today is to go do a little finesse pruning to get some of the dead wood out of the trees so that it wouldn't fall and hurt someone.
Well, Brian, thank you very much.
Curtis, come back anytime, and anyone who has the opportunity to visit the UNM campus, please come by and enjoy it. We welcome you anytime.
And we want you to listen to what was heard here, because it can be very dangerous pruning a tree. We want you to be safe in your gardening. Do it properly, and when necessary, hire a professional.